introduction for a second. Usually I say, today I am really excited, but today I am really excited. Okay. By the time I'm 35, my face is going to be covered in wrinkles because of how many expressions my face does by the second. So today I am excited because you probably already saw the title. I am reviewing the Coastal Scents Revealed 2 palette for you guys. Woo! So Coastal Scents has a revealed palette that is on the Hush Hush scene. It is rumored to be inspired by the Urban Decay Naked palette. So it took them a hot minute to come out with the Revealed 2. And who do you think this palette is inspired by? Now, let me insert a disclaimer here. This review is my opinion. This is what I feel about the palette. These are my humble coffee break research opinions. And this is just comparisons that I've just casually run into in my makeup repertoire. So when my palette arrived, I looked at it and I was like, Naked 3. That was just my initial gut instinct. When I looked at it, I was like, that is the Naked 3 palette. But obviously, there are a ton more colors in this palette. This is a palette with 20 colors that are matte and shimmer, and they are kind of influenced, or they have a theme throughout the palette that are rose gold tone. For those of you that are in a rush, I will give you the Cliff Notes version. This palette is very hit or miss. Some of the eyeshadows are amazingly buttery, pigmented, and soft. Other shadows, not that many, I will say, are crumbly and not very good. But overall, it's a really great palette. Let's talk a little bit about Coastal Scents for a minute. Coastal Scents is a very affordable brand of cosmetics and brushes, brushes that you can get online, and I mean cheap, very affordable products. But again, it's kind of like e.l.f., where some of their products are amazing life changers, like MAC brush dupes, and then other products are just really not worth the money. Even though it's a little bit of money, it's definitely not worth just shoveling out the money for something that's not gonna work the way you expect it to. So this palette actually came out June 3rd, yes, just that recently, and it's such a great palette. You can get an idea of how big this palette is. It is, compared to the Lorac Pro, it's just about the same thickness, but the Lorac Pro is a little bit longer and the Revealed is a little bit wider. They are about, you know, the same weight. This one is made out of cardboard, and this one, you know, has that like rubberized finish, but it is cardboard, it just has a rubberized finish. So it's the same idea, basically. The pans in the palette are rectangular shape, which look very familiar. They are compared, the size of the eyeshadow pans in here, I think I said palettes, the size of the pans in here are comparative to, and don't laugh at me you guys, but my Naked 2 palette, I've never really used it, and the palettes come, or the pans come out. So they are the same, I'm so ghetto. They are the same size. The pans are the exact same size, so you can get an idea of how they are. Really great description about this palette. If the Urban Decay Naked 2 and Naked 3 had a baby, this would be the palette that they have, because this palette, on first look, it looks like it's very rosy, but if you pay really close attention to it, it has that matte black, which is found in the Naked 2, and it also has a lot of those metal-inspired colors that are also found in the Naked 2, like that gold and that pewter and that almost like olivey undertone green. If you know this palette by name, I'm talking about colors like Half Baked, Chopper, Pistol, Verb, YDK. Those colors are colors that remind me, or that I feel look like they inspired this palette. So let me bring you guys in closer to show you a close-up of the palette. So this is what the palette looks like. It's a really pretty, almost like a taupey, tan colored. It is cardboard, like I told you guys. It does not have a mirror up at the top, just a plain cardboard. For me, that's not a negative against the palette because I never do my makeup in a palette or in a compact. I think I got used to it because I wore glasses for a really long time, and I could never do something that close up. I'd have to do like a wall mirror or like a bathroom mirror. So that's never a negative for me. So this is a close-up of the 20 shades. You can see how like rosy they are, but there are a lot of metals in there as well. I've already swatched practically all the colors, and in fact the look that I have today is using all shadows out of this palette. So this color right here, this is the color that I have all over my crease, like arbitrarily all over my crease to kind of blow out the look so that the colors transition really well. I really hope the camera will pick this up. It's such a beautiful color. Then on the center of my lid, I have a combination of these two colors right here. This color is so similar in quality and color to the color Dust in the Naked 3, this color right here. I mean, it feels like it's the same exact pan, just in another palette. So again, I'm wearing a combination of this one here, and you can see this is a really bad quality one. A lot of them are amazing. This is probably the worst of the entire palette, but it's not because it's a bad shadow, but it has really chunky glitter. So when it has a lot of chunk, it's gonna break apart. So these are the two colors that I have on the very center of my eyelid, and those are swatched right there on my hand. And then all over the outer V and sort of like the middle crease, like the main chunk of it, like the really dark color, really beautiful, deep, almost like maroon or burgundy. This is one of the mattes that, I mean, no complaints. It is pigmented, it's dark. I tried these out last night and they are so pigmented, they wouldn't wash off my hands. That's that color right there. But my favorite color of the entire palette, I would literally buy this in a giant compact form, just of this one eyeshadow. I wish I could wear this color every single day. That's this color right here. This color doesn't look doesn't really stand out. You're like, okay, well, no big deal. What is it? It's like a mauve, like a frosted mauve. But it's almost like a combination of the perfect texture and formula and the perfect color. It's right here on my ring finger. It's like one of those wet eyeshadows, like a wet, metallic, rosy mauve right there. I am in love with this color. Like this color makes the entire palette for me. So these are the colors that I'm actually wearing today on my eyes, but other colors that I'm really dying to try. There's this color right here. It's almost like a grayish lavender. One swatched, it looks more like a gunmetal, but it has like a purple undertone. It is so beautiful. I'm dying to try that. It's almost, I want to do like a cool tone smoky eye. Look how beautiful that color is. But then again, like I told you, a lot of these are really great, but there are some shadows in here that are not so great. For example, this gold one right here, it reminds me of Half Baked from the Naked 2. It is, like, it is crumbly and powdery and not very good when it comes to texture, but once you apply it, if you apply it with your finger instead of a brush and kind of push it into your eyelid, then you'll get a really pretty gold look. But if you're gonna dip it in a brush and then try and put it on, it's just gonna get everywhere. But if you pack it in, kind of push it into your eye or even wet it a little bit, it's going to give you that really frosty, wet metallic look. Now let's do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. There's the Naked 3 and then the Revealed 2. So you can see it's definitely inspired. It has the same type of rosy colors. And then let me show you a side-by-side with the Naked 2. Being really careful not to drop out all my pans. I don't know what's wrong with my palette, but all of the pans came loose when I purchased it. So there you go. Do you guys see that? It has just that vibe of similarities. Now I'm going to show you guys some side-by-side similarities. Let's start off with my favorite color. This is the Revealed 2, and I'm going to swatch this like mauvey pink shade. And I'm gonna put it right here. And this color reminds me a lot of Buzz from the Naked 3. Actually, the one in the Naked 3 is a little bit more firm. There is a side-by-side of the two. The one on top is a Reveal 2, and the one on bottom is the one from Urban Decay. And I will have to tell you guys this, I didn't think I would, but I like the one from the Reveal a little bit more. Now let's swatch, how about Nooner? Nooner in the Naked 3 is very similar to this shade right here. This shade from the Reveal 2. I'm gonna swatch that, and I'm going to put it here. And now I'm going to swatch Nooner. This is Nooner from the Naked 3. I'm gonna swatch it right next to it. Do you guys see that? There is the one from the Reveal 2, and then there is Nooner from the Naked 3. And the last one that I'm going to compare from the Reveal 2 is this black eyeshadow that has kind of like a pink sparkle, almost like a fuchsia sparkle in it. It's black with sparkle, and in this palette, it feels really hard, like really firm. I'm gonna swatch that right here. And it kind of reminds me a lot, the results that it gives me, it reminds me a lot of the one in the Naked 3, because you see the beautiful sparkle, but it doesn't show up that much once you actually swatch it. And there they are side by side. The top is a Revealed, and then the bottom one is the Naked 3 Blackheart. Now let's compare it to the Naked 2. This is the Reveal 2, and I'm going to swatch this color right here in the top corner. And this is like a, kind of like a bronzy shade. It's very beautiful. It's a little chunky, but it's super beautiful. It's almost like a bronzy taupe. And I'm going to compare that to Chopper in the Naked 2. So there we go. That is the Reveal 2, and then that is the Naked 2, and that is Chopper. You guys can see, I mean, it's a $20 palette. The last color that I'm going to swatch is this color right here. This is the color that I'm wearing in my crease. And I don't think this one's going to be very similar, but the reason I want to swatch it is because it's a really useful neutral. So even though it's not exact, I'm showing you how useful this neutral is for the crease. And even though it's not exact like the Naked 2, you have an alternative. I'm going to swatch Tease from the Naked 2. And that is the last color right here on my arm. So you could see the first one right here, that is the Reveal 2, and then over here is the Naked 2. So you have that really useful, cool toned, taupey crease color. So there you have my short review on the Coastal Scents Reveal 2 palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I love to find great alternatives to holy grail type or cult beauty products. So I consider the Urban Decay Naked series a cult series. So the Naked 2, the Naked 3, they are all cult products that all of us dream of having at least one of them. I know, and I'm telling you, honest to God, I forget to use the Naked 3. And the reason I forget to use it is because when I look at it, I don't have inspiration. It looks like vanilla ice cream to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it all looks very similar. I don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna put this in the crease and this in the inner corner and then a pop of color or a darker color here or a shimmer or a glitter. It doesn't give me that desire to play with it. When I look at a palette like this, I'm like, whoa, okay, I have sexy, I have glamorous, I have glitter, I have neutral, I have so many different options, and it's a $20 palette. So it kind of goes to show that if you want a really good product, you don't always have to shell out the big bucks. If you guys are interested in this palette, I'm going to link it down below so you guys can go over to Coastal Scents and buy it. I know Coastal Scents is only available online, but they always have sales. Always, just like e.l.f. products, they always have sales. You can even sign up for this like alert where if the product that you've been waiting for goes on sale, they'll email you and then you can rush over and purchase it on your own. Guys, thank you so much for always giving me your time and attention. I try to make these videos as entertaining as possible, or to teach you, I don't know, a thing or two, just because a teacher at heart. So I really hope you enjoyed them. And as always, if you guys found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!